What's up guys, Octavian here, and today I've got the new 2025 Mercedes-Benz CLA AMG Line Edition. Courtesy of the legends at Mercedes-Benz of Slough. Big shout out to Raj, Ben and Jeremy for hooking us up with this beautiful thing here today. As you know, I am a petrol head at heart. When Raj first told me about this car and that he wanted me to have it for a couple of days, take a spin round in it, review it, look at all its features and do some content and also let him know what I think of it. Now he knows I'm a petrol head at heart and I'm not a huge fan of EV vehicles, but I must say from driving this car quite a bit over the couple of days that I've had it, I have to say it has pleasantly impressed me. And today I'm going to walk you through why that is. Now let's start with the exterior. And what I can say about the exterior is that Mercedes-Benz have given this car a very sleek and modern and sporty look without trying to go too much overboard into AMG territory, if you like. And what this really does, it makes the car stand out. It gives it a bit of road presence, and what you'll notice is a few bits of detail which I'll go into in a second, which sets this car apart quite a bit between the Standard Sport Edition, which is the entry level, and the AMG Line package. You'd see this within the various little bits of trim that you can see here, these busts that sort of stand out on the front bumpers and stuff like that. Now, I am told there is an AMG Line Premium and an AMG Line Premium Plus that is due to come out before the end of this year, actually.
Right, quick update. Since I filmed this, Mercedes has officially launched the AMG Line Premium and Premium Plus trims for the new CLA. So I'm going to run through what's changed, what you can expect to get for your money and how much it costs in the UK. In terms of pricing, the CLA launch trims and on-the-road pricing for the Saloon Sport Edition is about 45.5 grand. AMG Line Edition is just under 50 grand and the AMG Line Premium Edition just under 52 grand, and finally the AMG Line Premium Plus Edition is just over 53 grand. Now in terms of powertrain and range, all of the CLA 250 Plus models use the same EV drivetrain which delivers 272 horsepower to the rear wheels using a single electric motor that's mounted on the rear axle. That itself uses an 85 kilowatt hour usable NMC battery, which gives you a worldwide harmonized range figure of between 461 and 483 miles depending on the trim and of course depending on how you use it. The DC rapid charging capability is up to 320 kilowatts on the 800 volt architecture. We will be testing this out later on in the video, so do stay tuned for that. AMG Line Premium features upgrades from the basic AMG line trim by adding 5-spoke 19-inch AMG alloy wheels, AMG body styling with a night package which includes high gloss black inserts, dark shadow gloss vents, as well as multi-beam LED headlamps and much more. The Premium Plus Edition is the top launch spec. This adds convenience features such as boot lid convenience closing, illuminated door sills with interchangeable covers, 2-zone climate controls, and on the tech side a very exciting MB.OS super screen, which is a 14-inch passenger side display. Now Mercedes has also officially revealed the CLA shooting brake, and they've confirmed that the European market can expect the launch of this in around March 2026 time. The shooting brake will initially be offered as an EV, and according to Mercedes media and reputable outlets, will appear with a single motor rear-wheel drive as well as a more powerful dual motor 4MATIC option.
Now inside is where this car really shines. This is where Mercedes have stepped up the game in terms of build quality, comfort and technology for their, what a lot of people would argue is entry-level saloons. And you can really feel that. Now, in terms of space and legroom, this is where some of the cons come into play for this car. I'm about 6'2", so I need quite a bit of legroom. It is not too bad if I'm sitting behind a passenger seat. If I try to sit behind another 6'2" person that's driving the vehicle, I probably don't stand a chance. It's not too bad when it comes to space, but where I would say the downside is that the floor is quite raised on this vehicle, and you do have to sit with your knees quite high. Now, if you're maybe up to 6 foot, you might be fine, and even if you're over 6 foot, you might be fine for, you know, quite short journeys. But if you're going on a longer trip and you're taking more than 3 passengers with you, you might find yourself struggling for comfort. Sit rep update. We've had to come actually to the initial charging station that we were meant to be going to this morning, which was packed up. Now it looks like it's freed up. The reason why I moved is that station only was doing up to like 23 kilowatts, and this one says 300 kilowatts. Now, the charge time that Mercedes-Benz claim on their website for this vehicle of 22 minutes is for a 320 kilowatts charge. Now, this is as close as I can seem to get to that this morning, so it should give us a pretty realistic charging time. So let's see. Right, so we've paid. Charging session initializing ready. Bearing power delivery. I don't know if it's, do I wait around? What happens now? This is actually the first time I'm charging an electric vehicle. Oh, there we go, there's some numbers that popped up. So we're only getting 67 kilowatts at the minute, 66. Charge time 13, 14, 15. Oh, time to 80% in 1 minute and 15 seconds. That is actually not bad at all. Yeah, that is not bad at all. So I'm gonna hang around and see what it comes up with. Right, so I've done a bit of shopping around and the car's been charging for about an hour. So that's a full charge from 60% in under an hour. Of course, it's way off the 22 minutes that it does indicate between 10% and 80%. But as I'll show you on the simulator, and bearing in mind that we're getting much lower kilowatt charge, we haven't done too bad at all. So if you'd like to simulate how long it's going to take for you to charge your new CLA, you can head over to the Mercedes-Benz website. On the CLA page, you can select the one that you've got. I'm currently sat in the AMG Line Edition, and you can, so I was on 60% when I got to the charging point, and I'm now charged up to 95%, which tells me that with a DC port rapid charge station up to 350 kilowatts, it should take me about 20 minutes to get charged up to that. Now, if we do try to simulate 10 to 80%, it actually should do it in 22 minutes. Obviously, we were not able to replicate that today. However, judging by the accuracy of the charge time from 60 to 95% in about 20 minutes, it is bang on. So I do have quite a bit of confidence in the times that they do claim. So the actual range we've got now is 369 miles. With the style of driving the car's been adapted to over the course of yesterday and today, it does say that we've got a maximum of 484 miles of range out of this nearly full charge. Overall, the driving experience in this car is absolutely brilliant. It's very comfortable, very quiet. Although motorway driving, you do get a bit of road noise. Nevertheless, this is an extremely comfortable and pleasant vehicle to drive. Personally, I think the pros and cons of this vehicle for me, with regards to pros, is obviously build quality, comfort, range and charge times. This is a really big thing for me, because the biggest fear for everyone, I think, with regards to electric vehicles is that the claimed ranges for most electric vehicle manufacturers are much more unrealistic than they are on cars like this CLA. I think out of all the electric vehicles on the road right now, the CLA has, I think, the longest range and quickest charge times potentially as well. I mean, what we got this morning was really impressive. Now, the biggest downside for me with regards to the driving aspect of the CLA is the steering feel. It feels quite disconnected. There's too much assistance going on and not a lot of actual driving feel. Even if you put it in sport, it does stiffen it up slightly, but not to a level that I would be happy with. It doesn't necessarily make you feel unsafe or anything like that, but if you're a very fuel focused driver, when you're driving a vehicle, you like to feel the car, you like to feel the road. This car doesn't really give you that, and for me it's quite a big thing personally. However, it has a big pro factor, I would say, for people that comfort is one of their main focuses or main factors when looking at vehicles like this one. So what for me is a con, for you could potentially be a pro. Overall, as you can see, there's a lot of really nice technology and gadgets and ambient lighting going on. I mean, I really like these, the build quality of these new air vents. They're very well built. I love the ambient lighting that goes with them. They are quite large. I don't know, for some people that might be a bit of a turn off, but for me, really nice. The new infotainment system is very nice. However, I feel like the change from the what's fairly newly updated MB.OS system to this new one is a bit sudden. I think we haven't even had a chance to get used to the latest one, because now we've got a new one to get used to. Nevertheless, I would say it is very responsive, very nicely designed, very sleek. I think with the Mercedes-Benz app system on this new infotainment system, you don't really have to use a lot of your Android Auto, especially if you've got your phone connected up to the internet feature. You've got so many apps that you can go through and use. You've got your music apps, your Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible. You've got, you know, productivity apps such as Teams. You can do meetings, obviously not whilst driving, but you've got the selfie camera there for you to be able to do that when you're on the go. The one thing that I'd say, and going back to the driving aspect of things, and this is big, and I think I might get a bit of pushback when I say this. Nevertheless, the space, comfort, technology and build quality of this car makes it feel more of a Mercedes E-Class rather than an entry-level sedan such as the CLA, which is what it is. The thing to do with the interior of the CLA is the fact that you get this really nice red and black stitching. This comes with the AMG Line Edition package and the ambience with the Alcantara to go with it. And this again goes back to the point of the premium feel of this car, and that's why again makes me say that this vehicle is unique. I have driven other electric vehicles like Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3, which, you know, they're very nice cars, but when it comes to build quality and material, it feels cheap. This doesn't. And I've driven other Mercedes models that do feel cheap. On this, it's solid. It's a very solid build all the way throughout, which is fantastic. I think Mercedes have really dropped a massive statement with this car, and to me it's actually a game changer when it comes to electric vehicles. And it's not just to do with build quality, it's not just to do with technology and comfort, it's to do with the bold statement that they made with the range. I mean, to come out and say that, you know, your new electric vehicle, which is a big heavy saloon, can do up to 484 miles in a single charge, is huge, especially when you consider the fact you've got other direct competitors such as the Tesla Model 3, the Polestar, the BID, doing nowhere near those figures. It's crazy. And you've got all those manufacturers saying, yeah, you know, our cars would do 350 miles in a single charge, but then when you actually come to the real world, use of the vehicles, they can barely get up to the 300-mile mark, and this vehicle easily does it, which is fantastic. You know, Mercedes have actually backed that statement up really, really well, and I'll give them that. Now, what this center armrest actually reminds me of is the AMG GT, and that's another bold statement that I make. And the reason why it probably reminds me of the AMG GT is because of how wide it is and the way it interlinks with the leather armrest side of the center armrest system. So I really, really like the way they've built this as well. So here's my honest petrolhead verdict on the new CLA. It has genuinely made me rethink my opinion about electric cars. It's comfortable, refined, efficient, and it feels properly premium. It's just a really well built Mercedes-Benz vehicle that happens to be electric. Massive thank you again to Raj, Ben, and Jeremy for letting us use this car for a couple of days. If you're curious about this model, want to learn more, or genuinely are so sold by my video, do check them out and go and grab yourself one.